Baby, it's cold out there here in Austin, Texas. Welcome to the Puff Drink Talk podcast where it's Christmas time. Merry Christmas, gentlemen.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love this time. It's my favorite time. Introductions. Konrad here.
Hilton.
George.
And I'm Matias.
Matias. He is our guest of honor today. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Happy to be here. Just arrived from New York, spending a week in vacations with the family here. So really glad to be here.
Awesome. How was New York this time of the year? Busy?
Yeah, busy and very cold.
Yeah.
It's so much different from what we get here. So yeah.
I can imagine. I like the cold, but I am not a huge fan of the cold, if that makes sense.
But there is cold and there is cold.
Yeah.
There's New York
That's
cold.
the thing.
Yeah, there's Austin
There's
cold
New
where you got
York
to put a little jacket on, and then there's New York cold where you're
Yep. But
hating life.
he felt it, the cold of Texas here too. I think we were at Miller on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
we're underdressed. Man, it felt like seriously 20. It
Right.
felt like it wasn't 20, it was in the 30s, but it felt like in the 20s. So it was very cold.
Yeah, this was the third year in a row that I have been to New York at that time, because we usually do not sure if you're familiar with Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah.
That happens in Vegas in January. So I do public relations for Dell, and we usually do a preview tour for journalists in early December in New York. And it seems to me that every year has become even colder. I mean, yeah, and this year was especially with the wind and everything. But yeah, it's still very beautiful. It's a magical place to be in Christmas.
Yeah. I can
Matias,
imagine.
I have ask you to get the mic a little closer to you.
Sure. Yep.
Just because we have a lot of noise, background noise, so we have to put the input of the mic very low. So.
But I felt that you also enjoyed the outside more this time because your family and maybe the impression of having Theo, his son, just almost 11 months old, right? So don't you think that also influenced, like you're more like kind of aware of how cold it was?
Yeah, likely. I've been outside more this year. I mean, especially last year, I spent like only 3 or 4 days in New York because my wife was like 8 months pregnant, so I really had to hush home to make sure nothing happened while I were away. So yeah, definitely.
Right?
Are we smoking or
Yes,
we're just
we are
talking
smoking.
today? And
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
leave that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess we
Yeah,
jump
we
into
are.
the cigar review. in just a
no,
second.
we don't have to go into cigar review now. But I want to start puffing on something.
Yeah.
I was not on the podcast last week, so I'm kind of craving for it.
Yeah.
We have a
We-
special.
We don't even know who you are, actually.
Yeah,
You've forgotten about me, Buffalo Trace. Okay.
yeah, and let's open up here.
Yes.
That's a special one.
Whoa.
Shout out to Habana for giving us the box. This is property of the Puff Drink Talk.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, so it's an infused one. So we're gonna talk about that during the cigar podcast. So yes, you can have one. There we go.
Thank you, sir. It's funny, my daughter loves going to the cigar shop with me because every time we go there, the owners,
you.
they all have grandkids too, so they're like, "Oh, go grab a cigar box." So my daughter always comes home with like 3 cigar boxes. She's like, "Dad, I'm gonna fill it up and give it to you," and I'm like, "I don't need any more cigar boxes. I've got 1,000 in the closet." But her favorite is to get the CAO Brasilia. Because she's like, "Oh, look, Dad, it's Brazilian colors. It says Brazil on it." So she always picks that one out.
Oh, it has a good smell.
Ooh, that is a good smell.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a notebook to get my notes out.
All right, yeah. We
Very nice.
have like 3 different sections. So we record 3 podcasts in one,
Mhm.
right? Which is the Puff Drink Talk, the cigar review, the Battle of the Logos, and our regular podcast.
With that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and enjoy all of the benefits and perks of listening to this podcast and all the enjoyment that it brings to
Wow.
international and
Smell-
small local businesses.
Cow shit.
Do you want to use
You
this
don't
one?
have to, it's
Thank you, sir. Want me to share a page with you?
No, I have another
Yeah,
one.
sure. Do you have it? You know where the
Right there, right in
Yep.
front of you.
No, this one is the straight cut. Oops. This one is the
Oh,
cut.
there are different kinds of cuts.
Yes. So
Didn't know that.
what we do, I'm gonna do a crown for you. You want me to light it up too for you too?
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Baby, it's cold outside. I just watched a YouTube video of the politically corrected version of that song, where the female singer is saying all of the female parts of the song, and the guy's like, "Wait, how old are you?" And it's just one more drink. He goes, "I didn't give you a drink. Where the hell did that come from?" She's like, "Fine, I gotta go." He's like, "Yeah, I'm calling the Uber now." And it's just really funny how when you listen to the song, you start realizing, like, Jesus, it is kind of creepy. It's a great song, but it's really creepy. And then for them to correct it the right way of like, yeah, I need you to leave because I'm not trying to be a pedophile with you or, you know,
like 1, 2, 3.
sexually
Purge.
assault you. It's funny.
There we go. There we go.
Some of those
It's-
things that have just become a Christmas tradition, you know?
What? Like different songs and stuff?
Yeah, different songs.
Okay. Man, I did not prepare. What are the ashtrays? I have one over there and one over there.
Here, it's just yours.
We are missing.
Yeah, you can do that.
We're missing the big one.
May I have the V-cut, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna go after the big one.
Is it? How was the flow?
Good.
Good.
You guys can talk. I'm gonna find.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
So how long are you in town for, Matias?
Around 10 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a good little time, little visit.
Yeah, there's time to do everything that we wanted to do.
Right.
And still get back to our families to actually spend Christmas in house. So that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Got to get
Besides
back.
that, you have Tell with you. You know, you gotta adapt to him, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, there were some mornings that he woke up a little sick and things like that. So we have to adapt to his schedule, his routine.
Not only him, because you were sick too a little bit. Then
Can't blame just the poor guy.
Karen was sick a little bit. Tamiris was sick a little bit. I was the only one who actually didn't get sick.
You know, and that's the one thing finding. I've got 2 kids. I have Lucas and Lauren, 10 and 6, and we've traveled all over, to Brazil, to many different places. It's one of those things you start realizing what you can and can't do with kids
Yeah.
as far as traveling. And it also depends on the kid. My son, man, you threw him in an airplane. We'd be on the airplane for 20 plus hours, you know, with all of the, you know, the stops and whatnot. Completely fine. My daughter, on the other hand, it's like, oh my God, get me off of this airplane. I'm going to kill myself, you know?
Yeah, I
So-
heard they can be a mixed bag, but we were lucky. He slept almost the 9 hours, the 9-hour flight that we had from Sao Paulo to New York. So
Right.
we're good. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
Is
that's
that
really
a straight
cool.
flight? Well, flight? Was it a straight flight?
Yeah, that's a straight flight from Sao Paulo to New York.
Yeah.
I think it's 9 hours and a half. We were able to get the crib, so he was able to actually lay down during the night. So that was good.
Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm back with more ashtrays.
Much you went yesterday to the domain area, right?
Yeah.
You went to the to Apple, the Joe Apple store.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was impressed, but like on the Monday or Tuesday, I think, it was so crowded in that store. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially these days when everyone can get their things online. It's really impressive when you see a brick and mortar store to be full like that on a Monday.
You know what? And
Afternoon.
that's funny you say that, because one thing that is true, a brick and mortar store, you would expect that. But then another thing is, it's an Apple store. You know, the Apple 17 came out and not much is different from a 16 to a 17 that you would expect lines out the door, people wanting to come see that, unless they were all there to see the, the Vision Pro, maybe, and try and demo that. But like being packed and busy for an Apple store, I mean, unless they just have really good deals that people are trying to take advantage of, that's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, maybe it's Christmas also, so people are getting gifts. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
My
there's
guess was that Apple, because of the domain area, because of the Apple store, that became a touristic store. So if people come to town, they go to that place because of the, as the sum of the, like the power of Apple with the domain, and then all the exchanges, all the gifts can be bought there. I think people tend to do that there. That's why it's so packed, and that's very powerful for the domain area, right? So what else did you feel that the other time you couldn't feel it here in Austin, Machi? Because today we are getting to the library and the Round Rock Library.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he was like with a kid, and there was this what kind of a.
It's like a experience for kids. Like there was some
Little closer.
some book reading and
You can pull it to you as well.
okay, gotcha. There was some book reading. There was also some
Yeah.
activities with bubbles and things like that. It was really fun for him. He really liked it.
Oh,
So-
that's awesome.
And then he was like, man, it's Wednesday afternoon, and there's like 20, 30 people here doing this.
Yeah, and this is not supposed to be a big town, so I mean, I'm surprised. If this was Brazil, that would never gonna happen to have that many kids there doing that activity.
right.
That Apple Store, though, and the domain, and something that I talked about before, it's always packed. It doesn't matter the day. It doesn't matter because it's Christmas now. Because I go by there every now and again to have a meeting during the week. And it doesn't
Domain
matter.
area?
Yeah, to the domain. And I avoid that junction, that intersection there, because it's always so many people there. So
It's not only
always
because of the Apple Store; it's just because all the restaurants are also there. Right?
well,
In that
there is
corner.
there is a big area that people go and sit down and stuff. But everybody during lunchtime,
Artificial turf.
they will go to the Apple Store. The Apple Store is always packed with people.
Converge there.
Yeah.
Another thing you said, you called your attention, how many people are working for Apple in there. Like,
Yeah, there was like 30 or 40 people inside the store with their red shirts
Yeah.
and the Apple logo. That's surprising.
But you know what? And now that I think about it, I really think that's the only Apple store in the Austin area.
There are two, like one in Zucker. What is the Zucker? No, it's Barter Springs Mall.
Okay.
But it's smaller. It's not like that. Like that
Right.
one is an attraction. That's what I said. It's an attraction.
Right.
And you look from the outside, you see the trees, like tall trees inside. It's inviting. People want the experience, I think. Right? So I even told him that it would be great for him to try the Vision Pro. It would be a great experience. Right? And then we start talking about that. Mach, you are a lot into technology. Like, he's our to-go guy. We got a group. Right? Well, what is the group again? Is the
Help desk.
help desk. We have a help desk, so everyone goes to Macho when they want to buy a TV, when they buy a computer. Like, I'm not kidding. Like,
No, it's just basically question Yoda over here on what should I do over
exactly, exactly. So, and then have you tried it? Have you seen the beta? Have you seen it?
This one, yeah, I have tried. and seen it.
you tried them?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And how do you feel about that, Machi? How do you feel about the features, and what do you expect from this?
Yeah, I love that they're experimenting with new formats and trying to get it right. I still think there's not much to do yet. I think there will be eventually on next iterations. I still think it's an early adopters product right now. It's a niche. People that really want to be ahead of the curve and try new things. But I think it's still there's no killer app yet to really make everyone want to have one, and I think that would be important for the platform to really go beyond the early adopters and people like yourself that like to have the last technology.
And so I didn't buy this. It was actually my wife who bought it for me for a birthday present. And normally I'm not an early adopter of technology. I like for iterations to come out. So this is the Gen 2. Gen 3 that just came out has the little built-in screen. I haven't tried that one yet. I really do. But there's a lot of practical applications for this that I think are underutilized. There's a lot of it's basically being able to communicate with AI on the fly. You know, I always give the example. One of the best experiences was I was walking with my kids to the local park around our house, and there's quite a variety of different trees there. And one of them one's like a really big tree. So I was like, hey, what is this tree? And it took a snapshot of it, and 2 seconds later, like, oh, that's an American sycamore tree based off of the bark, the foliage, and they, and it gave a description about how well they thrive in certain climates and environments. So it was one of those things where it's like, wow, I've always passed this tree for the past 3-4 years that I've lived in that neighborhood. I never knew what kind of tree it was until I just asked it,
Until you ask the glasses.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool with technology. I mean, when it works, when you get a right usage, it's just magical, right? It's incredible.
Yeah. No,
absolutely. And I think also, as long as it's not something with a huge impact, you can trust it. But I believe that, don't you think it hallucinates sometimes? Maybe.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you get an answer that is completely off, but because we don't know much about the topic, we just accept it. Because you see, like, when it comes to your business, see, if someone talks about floors, if the GPT talks about floors, he will be able to spot the problem right away. I wouldn't be able to do that. Because you see, it happened in the car, right? I said, like, what is the team that was playing against Real Madrid? I told you. Like, Tuvereda, he knew it exactly what the Copa was, because, like, Real Madrid would only play against this team in that context. So we know it's, some subjects that this is bullshit. Do you feel that when you hear it? Do you trust blindly, or do you think you have like a kind of a...
No, and to be fair, there have been some errors that I've encountered with these glasses where I'll ask it a question, and it'll say something, I'll go, but that's not right, and then it'll correct itself, like, oh yeah, you are correct, I'm not. And I don't know if it's the AI just trying to play nice, even though I did give it the parameters of, like, no bullshit, tell me straight up, yes or no. If your answer is this and I try and correct you on it, come back at me with, like, facts and data to prove that your point of view is correct. So, but I still feel like the Meta AI service is not as up to par with Grok or ChatGPT or some of these other ones. And then, but at the end of the day, when you're saying, like, blindly trusting something, how many times do we blindly trust other people giving us bullshit? Like, oh yeah, Michael Jackson was born in Beverly Hills. He lived in a mansion when he was a little baby. I don't know what you're talking about. And you're just like, oh, cool, I didn't know that. All right. And you just walk about your day, and then find out.
It depends how confident you are when you say it, when when you pass that information along.
This is I call the American bullshitivism, right? Which is, in America, they say, it's such a confidence, something that you kind of believe what they're saying. Brazilians would say, I don't know, we feel like awkward about it.
I used to say things confidently.
I would never trust anyone, anytime. But like, it's part of the profile too. Yeah. So, I think, Matias, also you have to consider the fact that this is like an iPhone 1. This kind of phone is the same. What you expect
very
from
initial
iPhone
stages.
1.
Yeah.
We need to ask that ourselves again in 10 years to see if it was like the iPhone 1, because iPhone changed everything.
Yes.
So,
I know, I'm being bold.
That's a valid point. But I will have to say, I have seen more and more people wearing Meta glasses out in public
Yeah,
than I would have thought, people would.
and to Mata's point, and also to Ray-Bans, it means a lot that the glasses are okay. They don't look hideous like
Exactly.
other things. I mean,
Exactly.
that makes a very big difference. When you look at the one with the screen,
The 3.
it starts to look a little hideous. So
Yeah.
I think that won't catch up until we can miniaturize the technology to fit in something that looks cool or at least okay.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And also think about that. If you have a 2020 vision, right? You're proud of that. You don't want to wear you don't
Yeah.
wear it. But look at him. Look at his side. Let's see. He's proud of his vision. Like
That was the first thing I always say. Like, I got 20/20 vision. I don't need to wear these things.
exactly.
But I do.
So this is something hard to break. Also, like this pride of then. Now even though you have a 2020 vision, you still choose to wear glasses.
I have to say, when I was driving in, and then I saw the two of you, and then I saw a pair of glasses with a person hanging off of it, and that's Konrad, because you can see that from a distance.
Yeah. Well,
Because
Ray-Ban-
it is. I mean,
Yeah, it is
it
bulky.
looks okay, but it's still bulky.
Yeah.
When you compare to something like this, right?
Right.
That still is bulky.
No, for sure. But I mean, this is Ray-Ban style. If you buy a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, this is the style of them.
Yeah.
It just happens to be like they could fit everything within the frame of the Ray-Ban. So I think that's why it works.
Should we do the thing? Because George is almost in the end of his cigar.
Jesus Christ,
What?
George.
No.
Come on now.
Look like a chimney.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
he's a vacuum cleaner with the cigar.
What are you guys talking?
We're gonna.
This is what they call finish, just for you. So from now on, you can't believe them as much as they
Hey, we
believe
say
that
things
this
in
is-
here with confidence.
Yeah.
We just talked about it.
Say it with your chest.
I warned you, my listeners. Okay. I warned you.
We'll be
Real-
back in the snap of a finger.
Like we never left.
Yeah.
Is there any traditions for Christmas that you mentioned a little bit of traditions for Christmas instead of just like shopping,
And
right?
yes. I mean, I feel like there's a ton of different traditions that people do, especially around Christmas time. And it's so funny because I was out shopping with my wife, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do different traditions than how I was raised. I love and respect the way that my mom did things, but I want to try some things new now that I'm a parent. So we do Elf on the Shelf for the kids, which they completely enjoy. That wasn't a thing when I was growing up. One thing I do miss is my mom and dad always baking. My mom would make Russian tea cakes, snickerdoodle cookies, fudge, brownies, chocolate chip cookies, all types of stuff. Like inside our house just smelled like it was a bakery, just warm and comfortable, and you're just constantly just throwing back 1,000 different cookies and fudges. So that's one thing I do miss, not having them in the house with us. But
Did you have the tradition of s'mores? Did you
Not
do
for
it?
Christmas.
Not for Christmas.
Not for
when,
Christmas.
When do you do it?
that's whenever we just have a fire.
All right, because he was the first time he saw the word. I think that the word yesterday when he went to the trail.
Yeah.
Or the
That was
night
the first
before went to the Trail of Lights, and he was like curious to see that. The name. I think you
Yeah, the
knew the
word
tradition,
s'mores.
but it's
Yeah.
the word s'mores. He wasn't aware of it.
And that's it. Is maybe to other families it is more of a traditional thing to do around Christmas time. I know. Again, growing up in California and then coming out here, talking to somebody in the north or in the East Coast, it's very normal to roast chestnuts, because that is the chestnuts fall down and you roast them, and that's a very common thing. So I don't know. I've never done anything like that. I've seen it where they have a big bonfire and they have a big pot and they roast the chestnuts on the fire. That's a big tradition, but it's nothing I was raised around.
Look, for the thing in the Thanksgiving episode, I asked you a perception that Tamiris and I have, my wife, right? Tamiris and I have is that the Christmas is more like an intimate party. You said intimate event. You said that for your family, it doesn't matter. You always keep it extended family and close family. Do you think it's only you, or do you think the others, the average American, would say would have like a more extended family during Thanksgiving and a close family in a Christmas for Christmas?
You know, I don't know. That's a good question. You would have to talk to Dylan.
Okay.
I think it's a one or the other type of thing for some people. I have a feeling Christmas is a little bit more intimate family, like immediate family, than Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is definitely everyone get together. Again, if there's family that lives close by, I'm sure it's like, hey, Christmas Day, come on over and we can play with the presents, let the kids
around
together.
the city, like move around the country.
I think Thanksgiving is definitely the event where you get together with people more so than Christmas here.
I was talking to a guy today. His name is Lance, and because I do networking and stuff, and then he goes like, "How old are your kids?" And I said 9 and 13 because they just turned. It's like my kids are turning 13 and 9, at around this time. And then the same because of the birthday is so close to Christmas, everybody of his family comes together. So it kind of spends the time with them because they have the birthdays of his kids as well. So he's like one American family that will have that, what you're saying is like not only mother, father, and kids, right? But also like uncles and cousins and stuff, right?
I just feel like it's because usually Thanksgiving is still cold enough, but not as cold as Christmas time typically, where travel is harder. Thanksgiving you can travel, and definitely it's not like Brazil where people live so close. A lot of people live all across the United States, spread in different, you might have a couple uncles that live in California. You got an aunt that lives out in New York. You live here in Texas. So it's like, okay, what's easier to travel? Thanksgiving, where not as many of the flights are delayed. The weather is still, not super bad. Christmas time is when it gets a lot colder. It's a lot more difficult to travel during those times.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's traveling around Christmas time is complicated for some states, when it's too cold. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's a good point, and that's why some of the movies is all about, there's too much snow, there's snowfall and stuff. So,
and the big adventure where everything falls apart, they're like, I lost my car, I lost my job, I lost this, and they're trying to make it home for for Christmas.
And this thing about people living all over the place and moving to different states, it's also because over here you can get a job on your local Walmart, for example, and then all of a sudden, corporate kind of likes you a lot, and then ask you to move to a different state, and then you gotta either be a landlord, accidental landlord, or you sell your house because then you have to buy a house over there, and that's a lot of people moving, out of state and then moving into the state over here, much more than in Brazil. I do agree with that also because the families are more spread out. Because hey, the kid finishes college and then they're gonna go to university, and then they go like, okay, so I play good soccer, so he might get a scholarship somewhere. You understand more of that than I do, and then they will move, because. And then once they move, they're there, and they kind of find a girlfriend over there. They might start a life over there. They find a job in there, and then from there they find another job in a different state, and then they move, to this other place. Yeah,
that changes a lot of the dynamics of the country, right?
Yeah, of the close family.
How people connect. Yeah. I think also the mobility that you have in America, also all the connections and the connectivity, because like the purchasing power to move, it's complicated. When you move, you have to rethink your life. Here you move anywhere and the basics will be provided. back in Brazil, if you go to a place, unless you are well educated, you have good jobs, it's going to be very tough to adapt to different places. Even if you have a high, if your purchasing power is decent, you will face more difficulties than here in America. You can move, right? So definitely, because in your case, look at that. Your brother came here, your parents came here too.
Yeah.
So I understand that you guys celebrate this parties, all these dates together.
Yeah,
Right.
they followed behind you, so yeah.
They all came after you.
Well, yeah, they all came out here after
Yes,
me.
after you.
Yeah, but I was just thinking. So my sister lives up in like the Portland, Washington area, up there, and Thanksgiving, we weren't able to visit or see each other, but the weather is perfect. It was a good, it was good weather to travel. Now for Christmas time, they have that atmospheric river, and it's just dumping a ton of rain, and everything is flooded up there. So again, weather also plays a huge factor into traveling and mobility of seeing family. It's like my sister's like, I can't go. Like, if you guys try and come and see me, it's just going to be raining the whole time. It won't be a fun vacation. So, that's some of the differences I see in, American culture versus Brazilian culture.
Matias, I have a question. When I was in the 3 last years I was living in Brazil, I realized that more and more people kind of celebrating Thanksgiving because of the Black Friday than anything else. Has it changed a little bit for the past 7 years? Because I haven't been there during this period. Do you feel like people are celebrating a little bit more now?
No, I don't think so. But what changed is that Black Friday has become even larger. So
Okay.
it's like the largest commercial date in the country right now. It got really big, but most of the people don't even know that it's related to Thanksgiving, to be honest. Yeah, they just know the promotions and what to expect, but there's no holiday there.
From
Black Friday is not really related to Thanksgiving. It's the last push because of tax season. So it's the last push. That's why it's called Black Friday, because of the black ink of the pen. So you're either on the red or on the black in the business. So it's the last push to do promotions to sell inventory, so that in December you don't have a lot of inventory. So it's the last push to get you in the black.
But the choice of being on Friday is because people are home, and then people will have time to get online and purchase. So I understand that the origin is not related directly with the name. I don't know.
But it was
I'll take your word. I'll take your word this time. I'll believe you. I'll believe him. Right?
No, you can ask AI in there. They used the Friday of after Thanksgiving because it would be a good time for people to go shopping.
Yes, exactly.
Because they were already be taking time off work. So the relationship is that, because so which weekend would be the best to do this, right? So that's when they did it.
Machi, I have a challenge for you. We have Black Friday, Cyber Monday,
Small business Saturday.
What we're gonna call on Tuesdays. We're gonna call it Tuesdays. So very soon we're gonna have the whole week. It's gonna be like that.
AI shopping Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's like
so. That's actually a funny line from a movie. There's a.
Oh, I'm sure I'm not the first one to think about it. To think of that.
I'll tell you offline. It's I can't repeat it on air, but it's a funny joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind you of that.
Yeah. So it's a rude joke.
Yes, it's a rude joke, but it came from a popular movie and it really took off from there. But yes, there is a word they call Tuesdays on that week. So.
Jeez. But is it after then? So it's like after this Cyber Monday.
No, it's before.
It's before.
Yeah, it's before the. No, it's the Tuesday. The specifics don't matter. I'm not going to get into specifics of a joke from a movie, but
okay.
But yeah, I mean, is it just as bad as the 2 cups?
Yeah, it's bad. Okay. But to your point, we have Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and usually that bleeds into Sunday, where they push for people to shop at small businesses, shop local, and then Cyber Monday.
But you're kidding. But on Sunday, Super Grok and GPT Plus was $1 just for Sunday. If you pay for that for the month, you got the whole thing.
Yeah, you
$40.
sent.
you
Yeah, you
guys.
sent that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. I know it's just $20, but it is $20. Right? $20 is $20, and $40 is $40. So you just pay $1, and then you check the difference. I think it's worth it. I thought I actually thought it would be more aggressive. I thought that more like $200 AI Pro products would be like $20, $30, so you could try it for a month, and then maybe you would attract people. But I don't know how much it costs to maintain a product like this.
Yeah, it must be expensive, but also you can't hurt the consumers that already paid for, so you don't want to
upset
them. Yeah,
But-
have to be careful with that.
But don't you think like if the yeah, I know it's
It's a hard balance to achieve.
it is, isn't it? Because I thought more AI products like for Meta, for Vision Pro, I really thought they could have promoted this. Like it's,
Well, so they did. I mean, Meta did have a promotion. You get if you wanted new glasses or the Meta Quest, you could get like $50 to $100 off a model that you pick.
how much is it? The one is like $50 to $100.
Yeah, so I think it was $100 off the Quest, and then $50 off a new pair of Meta glasses.
Yeah, so a Quest is like $1,000.
No, 500.
500. Okay, so
500,
that's
$600.
20% off, 20 something percent off. That's
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it is very decent.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
And to that comment, there was one person that called me out for a short video.
That's your chance to respond to that.
Yeah, how dare you? Out there, there's haters out there just trolling me. They love to troll me for some
Really?
reason.
What did they say? I hate that.
I'll show you the comment. But in all fairness, have you seen the new applications that are coming out for the Quest? I'm really impressed by it. For the fraction of a cost of the Vision Pro, man, there is a lot of things that you can do on this thing that it's starting to really be a very competitive, entertainment source.
Do you think because you bought this, you bought it and wearing that, you're more willing to purchase more products from Meta because of that now?
100%. This is a fantastic product. Very well built. I liked the iteration. I just like everything about it. It's so far it's really good quality. It's holding up. Everyday use.
Yeah, I want to see like in 1 year's time, see how the battery is scoping.
Yeah.
If you have to recharge more often, these kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a valid point. Yeah.
How much you're off of it because the battery is not holding up anymore.
Customer service. I know that tech support. If I start having problems, who would I reach out to? If these break or something, who do I reach out to help? A percentage off, how to fix it, etc. So yeah, that's a valid point.
When did you buy it?
November.
So it's been like 45 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Still in love with the product.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Again, I have 20/20 vision. I wear these things just for fun.
Are you using that right now?
No, I'm
film it,
listening. I'm listening. Everyone asks me that.
Listen to a podcast while you're doing a podcast.
My brain is
so Inception like.
My brain would be like this computer running this podcast. It would just be like.
It's gonna when you see Konrad going off and wondering is because he's listening to some information that he asks.
Have you caught yourself like talking to someone and for some reason it activates and then you lose like concentration of the conversation? Yeah. I think that's going to be a big problem to adapt. Like the reality of having this, especially the images in your eyes, because only you can see it, the other person can't, and you are seeing something through that and the person. I think the Vision Pro, when you kind of blur the back, it looks more like you are wearing something, but when it's transparent, translucent, it's hard. It's hard to focus on exactly what you want. I didn't feel native when it's natural. I know it sounds
'cause
crazy.
There's a pass-through on the camera, so you're not actually seeing things through. You're seeing through the lens of the camera.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what you're talking about, I think. So the scale is not 100% right, because that's impossible. The human eye can be reproduced by a camera, so that's what there are some discrepancies there, especially when you hold something in your hand and you put it over there. I mean, it's
Why
that's
do I
one of
have
the
a
main
giant
challenges that
hand? You know?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Let me look down.
I don't think.
let me
I
feel
don't think they
this
would
with a
do
bigger
something
lens.
that when you look through the camera, you see smaller. I doubt it.
But one of the things that Vision Pro does really well, and it's where Apple actually
Thrives.
I wouldn't say tries, but where Apple actually put more money than Meta, and that's why the product is much more expensive, is the pass-through camera, because that's just much miles better from what you get from Meta.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
But still not good enough,
yeah.
because you still feel some weirdness around when you look at the
I hope
objects.
tomorrow we have the chance to go there, because the movies. Have you watched the movies through the Vision Pro?
No, not yet.
Buddy, it's like you can make the whole screen, every single thing about your vision,
Close to the mic. Isn't it?
almost like I would say 180 if you want it, and that's like I don't know how I wouldn't know how much in the size that would be, but that would be like a 200-inch, 300-inch TV. You know, that's how I feel it would be, because it covers the whole thing. I think if you watch it by yourself, it's the best experience you can have watching a movie. Better than going to I would dare to say better than going to IMAX.
That's what Spock uses it for, just to watch movies.
Although I believe you, I think watching movies is still very a social experience. I mean, at least to me, I like to watch movies and TV with my wife. So
absolutely,
I'm not looking forward to have that alone experience, to be honest. Just
okay,
Yeah.
And I think that's something they didn't solve yet.
No,
How you can do like a multiplayer and watch with your wife or something like that. You
that's
have
the
a social
future. I
experience.
think that's the next. That's the next thing.
They're certainly thinking about that.
Yeah, but games, for example, man, it's the basketball. It's incredible. Remember yesterday we were watching the finals. The NBA, there's an NBA Cup. Yesterday, New York Knicks won it, and we saw the different camera, which is much closer. And they were, wow, we have in the same TV, you and I. So watching with that close shots, it was awesome. But with the Vision Pro, man, it's.
By the way, do you have here? I think there's some around the U.S. where there's a stage like a cinema for football, and you feel like you're inside the stadium. There's a giant
Dallas.
screen.
It's in Dallas.
Yeah, that's amazing. I saw only on videos.
California
I didn't
and
experience-
Dallas. That's also one.
I, of all things, was just thinking about that. I wanted to bring that up because I was showing all of my coworkers in India about that. So what they also have too is they have immersive films. So right now they have The Matrix, and then they just came out with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the old one, where you've seen The Matrix, right?
Yeah, sure.
So they'll have and have you seen the videos of the immersive video?
No, not that specific.
Okay, so what they'll do is, because the screen basically is just from floor to wall and side to side, 360, almost about 180 vision. So they'll have the movie here, but then they'll have backgrounds to the movie. So they'll have the scene where he goes guns. I need lots of guns, and all the guns come, and it'll showcase it in the movie in the movie portion, but then it'll come like rows of guns will come around the side. So you're like, what the heck? And then when Neo wakes up and he's in those pods and he has to take out the that rod that's connected to his brain. You see the movie and what's happening from the original Matrix, but all along the side are all of those other pods with other people that are connected into the Matrix. So it's it just makes it more.
It's pretty much remaking, the
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And do you need to wear any kind of glasses?
No.
3D glasses or something?
No,
Yeah,
it's all just.
That's better, because one of the things that always puts me off with 3D is that the glasses actually.
I don't
dim
like
the
that.
image. You
Yes.
lose a lot of brightness
Yes.
from those glasses.
I don't like that. I never watched 3D movies because of that.
is still much better than the ones from the 90s,
Yeah, much
from
better.
the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
like blue and green, and like you could see
Yeah.
everything. Like
Yeah,
you
I mean
know,
the industry
skipping around.
improved a lot. I was like 2 years ago in San Francisco, and I watched on one of those state-of-the-art IMAX AMC rooms, but we still had glasses, and you could still notice there was like 20-30% of the brightness got lost when the
Yeah.
their lenses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about the sphere? Is it a sphere? Or what do you call it in
In Vegas?
In Vegas, is right. So we were just saying that it's getting at least payable now because it was like $800-$700. I'll not pay for that. Some tickets now are $200. So it's getting almost to the price that I'm willing to pay for that experience. And I think that is in the past they would have like 180s, 360 movies like experience. I think I'm excited to do that because I went to one in the Carrefour's parking lot when I was like 8 years old, and I was impressed because I lose my balance. I want to go there to this year to compare to what we have today.
The one up in Dallas, if you look up ticket prices, it's like $20 or $30. Some of the seats are more expensive. You can, especially for they have a lot of like American football, either college or professional, or soccer events that they will put up on the screen, and it feels like you're on the like front row watching the match. And those are a little bit more expensive for like a side booth where you can order food, and I think it's like $55 a person, but it's basically a way cheaper alternative that you are right there front row seeing something live, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Tell you, man, when I go to Dallas, there's so many things to do that. Now for Christmas, we'll go there in January. There's so many things to do in Dallas that sometimes I even forget to go to those places. There's so much to be seen in Dallas, It's huge.
You gotta plan properly.
I will go there for that, and then I will do other things, but I'm going there specifically.
Oh, you have to make it the main thing that you go for. Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
What's one thing that if you would give Santa a wish list, one present, what would that present be for this year?
The lottery tonight. It's $1.3 billion.
Yeah, that's a good
B
amount.
with a B.
Buddy, I have watched so many videos explaining what to do as soon as you win the lottery. I have watched some. There's the lottery guy. He's got like
That's
5
funny.
million followers, and it says, $1.3 billion will become very soon $700 million, and then you find relatives that you never heard of, and he keeps saying like the money goes so fast, all the trouble.
$700 million.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we have big lotteries in Brazil, and there are some horror stories of winners.
Really,
right?
It's
People
gonna
that-
be even more bizarre than the ones here. Have you heard any? Do you remember any?
I heard of a lot of them getting actually miserable after winning and never being able to enjoy the money. There are some cases where they were murdered or something like that. I mean, there are some horror stories in Brazil,
I can
especially
imagine.
when there are people from small towns that really didn't have the. I mean, they didn't read the tutorials like you to what to do after you win. So,
But how? I mean, it's such a long time since I've seen anything in Brazil like that, lottery. But what is what is it paying? These days, like when accumulates, like the
Mega Sena.
the Mega Sena of
Cena da Virada.
of the New Year's Eve.
we're not getting closer to billions. I mean, it's more like
In dollar?
in dollars. Yeah, it's like $30 million, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I thought it was more. I
Still
thought it was
pretty
like-
good.
Still
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
If you-
guess I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving
Yeah.
All right, so the winning lottery ticket for Hilton. Santa, that's on your
how about you?
list. Me, you know what? I think I would enjoy actually just some tickets to go see that Matrix movie up there at that movie theater up in Dallas. I would take that, man.
I'm gonna be a little downer to earth. Having the skills to play golf better, because
Wow.
I've taken
Yeah.
up golf
No.
and it's freaking hard.
So what your present is to Santa is golf lessons
Yeah,
from a golf trainer.
trainer. Yeah,
Okay, all right, there you
Awesome.
go.
like I would say, like a 6 months
6 months, yeah, okay.
free
Yeah.
lessons from
Yeah,
a
Santa
pro.
Claus, he's making
Yeah.
everything happen.
Yeah, from a pro.
There you go.
I like
Cool.
that. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's
I
more-
like that too.
It's more down to earth,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna be very vanilla. I just want my sister to be good. She's sick in hospital, so she's
Oh,
been
that
there for
sucks, man.
45 days. She's now recovering, so definitely I want my mom, my dad to be healthy, and my sister to recover. If I have that, I'll tell you I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, definitely that's my wish.
There you go.
Yeah, just like George said, I think health is important, and we have been struggling over the last 2 months with my mom's wife, my mother-in-law. She's already getting better, so we're starting to feel good about it. So it was challenging. My dog also had to do some emergency surgery. She's doing fine right now, so we're happy with it. So I would say good health for us in the coming year would be a nice present.
Yeah, that's good.
And I wish you all a great mental and sexual life in 2026, guys. I wish you all have a super healthy sexual and mental life.
Cheers to that, my
cheers
friend.
to
To that, yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Yes.
I was gonna say, so if you're gonna have a mental sexual life, you might need to buy a Vision Pro, right, and put some part moves in that.
Oh man, yeah. I can't complain at all in that department if you allow me to say, my love. Yeah. Not bragging. Just try to spread love.
Well, that's good. That's good. I wanted to know before we wrap this up, is there any tradition that's done here in the United States that you find different or interesting or something that you're just like, I don't know if I like it or I really like it more here than in Brazil or vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, just it's weird to I've grown accustomed to see Christmas in the winter here.
Yeah.
So it's very weird to have Christmas in the summer in Latin America. I think now that I
Yeah.
know how, I mean, even the tradition of the Christmas tree, it's something.
Oh
that,
yeah, you went with them with
Yeah.
Tamiris. We bought it like a real tree, and then they
Yeah.
went to.
yeah, and no one does real.
Where did you go
trees
with her? Where did
Right.
you go
in Brazil?
with Tamiris?
Home Depot.
Home Depot. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. The idea of cutting your own tree and having a natural tree, that's very different. That's something cool that you can enjoy for kids and things like that
Yeah.
you wouldn't see in Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
I don't remember much, but I don't remember the neighborhoods having so much lights, like the houses, like all covered in lights. I don't remember seeing that, probably because not in a very rich neighborhood.
Closed gates, probably closed gate condos. Like
You
like
would-
houses,
you would have that, yeah.
They would have that more. I see that in Terraville,
Yeah, and
back in
even
the
where
south.
I live in a gated community there, and we do. I mean, Halloween was big there. Everyone did decorated their houses, and now in Christmas is the same thing. But if you look at larger cities and common neighborhoods, you won't see as much. I mean, it's very
Because
different.
over here is any neighborhood you go, there's gonna be a house that is like, wow, this is amazing. Then you walk in, and you drive through a different neighborhood, and it's like, wow, that house beats the other one, you know.
Yeah.
And it's, just like that. So
Did you live in downtown in a like a populated area or more in the suburbs back in Brazil? Were you in Brazil?
Well, in São Paulo, I lived, where the cook is made. You know what I mean? Like,
No fedor.
Yeah, yeah. I did live very close to Avenida Paulista.
Mm-hmm.
Vila Mariana, and I don't remember seeing any lights. Of course, it's not downtown, but
Still close enough.
But yeah, close enough.
Yeah, and especially in public spaces, you see a lot of lights here, and in Brazil, there's just any.
Yeah,
I always thought it was
that's
really,
the difference for me.
you know, I thought it was super interesting. So I did Christmas in Brazil about 9-10 years ago, and we went to Gramado, and over one of the churches they have like a Christmas show with lights, and then Santa Claus like rappels down from the top of the church down and like says hi to the kids, and I just go, God, I feel so bad for that guy because it's 200 degrees out, you know. He's just sweating in that thing. He's just gonna pass out from the heat.
Yeah, and Gramado is really a bubble because it's built for tourists and
Yes.
for people to visit. So they'll do those stunts and things like that. But as you said, it's blazing heat. during
Yes.
the summer.
Yeah.
And how did you like the experience at the Mozart cafe?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, especially in Brazil. But even to New York, it's much more cozy and more familiar, and really love it.
And
that's
they
cool.
are, and every year they're putting more and more lights. Now there are so many boats with the lights around a lot on the lake, right? So you saw that, and you see like the quality of the singers also are getting better. There is a host, so it's kind of a nice experience. I think you haven't been there, right? You
I haven't, not for
You
Christmas yet.
You have it to January 6th, man.
Yeah, I know. I need to.
It's an interesting experience.
You need to take him up to Georgetown.
We went there.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
The
Oh,
town
yeah, you went
square at night where they close off the streets and you can walk around with all the Christmas lights.
Yeah,
That's-
the square in there, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I like that.
What's the best way of getting there? Uber, like using a sort of transportation without your car?
What's nice is Georgetown has opened up multiple parking garages, so it's easier now to park. When I went there 5-6 years ago to see the lights and walk around downtown, they had just started construction, so it was like you had to park basically at the river and walk your ass all the way like a mile and a half to get to the downtown square. So it's
Round Rock is not too shabby either. You know, it's pretty
Round Rock
nice.
isn't.
Yeah.
No, it's got nice lights too.
Just for the record, Machi, tell us where you visited this time with Karen and Thea. Where did you go in general since you arrived here? You went to the Mozart right away. What else did you go?
Georgetown. We also went to the Domain.
Domain, Tray of Lights.
Tray of Lights, which was awesome.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to Oasis tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
Dude, you're
tour-
seeing everything. Yeah.
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 We're gonna go to the
Hopefully.
Bonell, the Mont Bonell tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go to the Capitol with a guided visit.
Oh,
You're gonna
cool.
go, yeah. They haven't been there because then you can see the number. You see, like you can get it. You can go for have a free entrance, but with the guided one, they explain to you details.
We
on how
also
it
went to the Miller Park. Is that right?
Miller. We went to the Miller.
Oh, how was that? I haven't
yeah.
been there in years.
It's growing so fast, man. It's
God, it's so crazy.
isn't it?
You said I almost understood it is gross. Like, you know, is
Oh,
it
yeah.
dirty? And then you said so fast. It's like, okay, the growth of it, you know, it's like it became bigger.
Yeah.
And then I understood like a little bit like, oh, you know, and did they become bad?
So yeah, I think we went to the Miller 2 years ago, but with the family is different, right? The whole experience is different. Yeah, it's pretty nice,
Especially with kids, you know. What's really nice about Austin is that there's a lot of it's always family orientated first, and then, you know, everything else. So, you know, access, ease of walkability, movability, all of the different things. Austin is very family orientated in all of its most of its events. I won't say all, but most of its events.
And we drove through the 40-acre UT 40-acre, you know, like which is
Yeah.
like they call the AT, the Austin, right? The University of Texas Austin. So he saw it, how the universe, because they're still in class, you know. It was kind of nice to see that too, that part of town. Yeah, cool.
Getting the whole tour of Austin and its area. That's awesome.
And the suburb life, how do how do you perceive the suburb life? And you're driving like 14X because I can't drive, so he's been driving
Yeah, I'm designated
up
driver
and
for
down,
the week.
designated driver, yeah, for the whole week. How do you feel about this the suburb life? Like we went to yesterday, we went to the Metals Park. You know, to the Metals. You know what it is? Is it Metals Park?
Meadows, yeah.
Metals Park, yeah.
Yeah, it feels cozy. It has that small town vibe.
Yeah.
American small town, what I think it is from what I saw
Your
in
perception,
movies
huh?
and TV
Your
shows.
optics.
Yeah, it feels great, and the family is enjoying also. So I'm really looking forward to have. We're still going to have some more days in town, so yeah, really looking forward to.
Cool.
That's awesome, man.
We also go to San Antonio on Friday because I think the lights also in San Antonio is awesome.
Riverwalk,
So, the Riverwalk,
Alamo.
Alamo,
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
man, he's
yeah.
gonna be
the Japanese garden.
Yeah. Oh.
The Japanese garden now is like,
God.
man, you can't from the top you can't see because there's so many lights. That's gonna be
Really?
a great experience, and lunch there is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely.
That's honestly one of my favorite places to go. Even during the summertime or springtime's the best after a lot of rain and
of
ton
course.
of water in there. But that I think you'll really like that. That's a
You get-
really cool place.
If it's short, we're gonna probably take a little boat to go through the river you know, like on the river walk.
Yeah.
You know, like you can, yeah, so probably going to do that too. And I also told him to come in the summer because everything is around water. Everything's around, so you can rent boats and there's so many things. Water parks, and probably Theo is going to be able to play around in a swim and
Splash
everything. There's
pad
splash
and-
pads, and
yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, summertime, San Antonio or New Braunfels is pretty nice. You know, when you have the opportunity to come at summertime, there is also really good things over there.
Rivers and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
water parks, like even going north to Waco. Also, you've been to Waco, right? So you went to Waco, but you went in November, right? For your
Well, I went to Waco recently for my birthday. We rented a cabin that was on a lake and just relaxed. My son went fishing like 20 hours a day. It was ridiculous. Caught like every single fish
It's a
like 5
silo,
times.
right? It's the places are silos.
Ooh,
Yeah.
take him
Yeah,
to
I know.
Magnolia Farm.
Yeah,
So
man, it's too bad because it's a silo. You rented it. The whole room is inside a silo, right?
no. It's a metal cabin. It's like a
Okay.
European metal cabin.
Oh, cool.
But there they have the silos, so they reconstructed like downtown Waco, and there's a specific area called Magnolia Farms. It's from a TV show here, and a beautiful place.
Do know one thing that we gotta organize for the next time Matias come is this time of the year. If you come this time of the year, is pretty much like hunting season. So we'd have to organize, with a few people that I kind of know that has ranches and stuff that we can go and hunt. For example, I was invited. The invitation is still up, and it's like, Hilton, let me know what you're doing. If you're not going away or something like that, because we can go to my ranch and hunt. And then this is not like Dylan's friend. This is somebody else that owns one of the networking group that I'm a member of. And then it's like, no, I want to take you up, to the ranch. And then, have you ever shot an animal? And then I was like, no. I've done like skimming it and then, taking the meat and then, taking it apart and stuff. But not ever like being in the possession of a shotgun and hunting an animal. So that would be an experience that I might be able to do it this year. But that is another one, knowing a little bit in advance that I also can participate. Can I invite people on that? Because I think you have to have some sort of different licenses, unless it's wild hogs, wild pigs, and then I think that one
they pay you to do it.
That one is
kill
any
those
time of the
things.
day. I would have to. I'm gonna see if I do it for the first time this year, and then see how I can get some sort of invitation. And
Let me know. I'd go with you. I'd go with you, Hilton.
I know you would.
Yeah. Oh, I love.
By the way, we also had some alligator barbecue, right?
Oh, we
Almost
got
forget about it.
the alligator.
Dude, you guys sent me the pictures. How
how
was
good
it?
how good was it?
Amazing. I mean, I love it.
was-
First of all, shout out to Spock.
Yeah.
For the best event in Round Rock. It's an amazing, it was an amazing event, right? So you were there, you tried it. It was the first time, wasn't it?
Yeah, first time.
But
I tend to like those more. How could I call it? Those different wild. Yeah, I like
meat, right?
I like proteins. Every kind of the way you can find it, but I love it. Yeah, it was so well prepared, so well ready.
Yeah,
It was my second time, and yeah, it's always good.
I just have to admit
Interesting.
that I had more than one dish in there, more than one or four. I don't know. It was amazing. I didn't want to eat anything else. It was so good,
So tender.
moist,
so-
tender, and moisture, and nothing that I expected. I thought it would be drier because but then I understood like the way it was cooked. And
No,
everything.
I was there since 10 a.m. helping to prepare. Like, we were there in like 5 people helping to prepare because 3 alligators, small alligators, but preparing everything, making sure that the temperature was controlled. I was the guy controlling the temperature, so you wouldn't go dry. You know what I mean? But,
The
it was-
moisturizer man.
Well, no. Spock was doing the moisturizing, but I was controlling the temperature so it wouldn't cook too fast.
Right.
Okay, got it.
So because everybody, had to have a
Roll.
a role to be able to make that work because it's 3 those
Ceramic eggs.
ceramic eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was
5 to 6 feet.
How long did you cook it for?
it only took about hour and 40 minutes, and we were hoping to do that in 3 hours, but we had to do it in like an hour, 40 minutes, just because the temperature, even though I was controlling at 250 on the dot, is like it wouldn't, I wouldn't let it move either up or down.
Yeah.
But potentially we could do it in about 220, and then we would be able to do like for 3 hours.
Oh, I'll be damned.
But
But
the whole
it's
seasoning
learning,
took much
yeah.
longer, right?
No,
The
well,
seasoning, what
yes.
you
I
did
mean,
it-
all the prep, Spock
Yeah.
did himself the day before and marinating it and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Is that the first time he put the alligator there? Or is it?
For his birthday, yes. But
for his birthday,
we
okay.
we had done one alligator before at Luan's birthday a couple of years ago. We did over there, but it was only one, and it was kind of a novelty, just like to have it in there. So there was a barbecue before, and some other things, and then the novelty part of the party was having that one. I was only able to eat about a handful of meat, because this time I repeat, I went like 5 times to get like a plate.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
And also, just to remind us, like you said, it was much colder in New York. So that day it felt like 90 degrees, and then the next day it felt like 20 degrees. So
Yeah.
it was like a range of 70 degrees from one day to the other, 24 hours. It was super warm. I was sweating.
That was the same temperature I had in Brazil when I left.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I felt at home that day. Yeah.
But you felt the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
definitely.
say, yeah, it seems like, no, I can't assume it's going to be hot in here.
And that's something I have noticed last year as well, 2 years ago when I was here as well, that the temperature can drop a lot, especially at night.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Yeah.
All right, man.
Is that a wrap?
That is a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen out there, thank you very much for sticking with us for one more Christmas here on the
Yeah.
Puff Drink Talk podcast. It's always been a pleasure. Thank you guys. Merry
Thank you so
Christmas.
much. Thank you so much for coming, Mach, again.
Machi. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
Yeah, you are always invited to come here to the podcast when you come visit us. And mi casa es tu casa.
Yeah, thanks.
Right?
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
sure.
me. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to have to make you smoke.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure.
And
We'll see you not next week. We will be enjoying Christmas festivities, but this will be coming out for Christmas.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, are we not doing podcast next week?
George said we weren't. I didn't know. I was just taking
yeah,
his word.
I'm here.
We could. Let's talk about it. You know,
Yeah,
we might
sure.
we might be able
See,
to
it's
do
one
it.
of those things where friends tells you something that you believe.
Yeah, I see. It depends. If you tell with confidence and
He was
assertivity.
very confident about it. I believed it.
And help us build this podcast here, okay? Don't forget to like.
Comment and share.
That's
And-
my wish to Santa also this year. Grow this podcast.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's get up to a couple thousand followers. More comments. Nice comments, not picking on me, assholes.
And I know that some listeners want to come here. Don't be shy. Just show up, right, Hilton, right?
I would say pick on Konrad.
Yeah. You can come here just to pick on him.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But buy me a nice dinner afterwards.
Yeah, right. Or bring the pizza. Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.